Spoiler alert, there's going to be a group photo. Look at all your faces. Everyone, oh no, not a photo. I saw you all taking selfies with this magical place before this. Okay. All right, everybody in? Scoot a little bit more. We got some space. Let's fill it in a little bit. Come on, like we're all friends here. Okay, great. My name is Jennifer. I'm the Executive Director of sf.citi, San Francisco's Tech Trade Association. We're here with Meals on Wheels San Francisco today for a really fantastic first day of action for the tech industry to deliver gifts to Meals on Wheels seniors. You're going to hear from some great leaders this morning really quick, and then we're going to go play Santa and start delivering all throughout the area. Very first speaker we're going to bring is Jose. Jose is the president of... Not the
board member.
Board member?
Former
okay.
president.
Former president. Okay. One's a president, always a president. The former president and board member of Meals on Wheels San Francisco to say a few words.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you. Well, good morning. My name, as you heard, is Jose Allen. I am currently a member of the board of directors and previously served as president for a few years for Meals on Wheels. First of all, on behalf of the staff and the board of Meals on Wheels, I want to thank you all for being here today and participating in this event. I also want to thank our sponsors, sf.citi and One Dome, for their support of this event. I just want to tell you a bit about Meals on Wheels in case you're not familiar with who we are and what we do. Meals on Wheels' mission is to ensure that seniors in San Francisco are able to live independently and with dignity in their homes for as long as possible. We do this by delivering meals to homebound seniors throughout the city. Last year, with the support of donors like you, we delivered over 2 million meals to approximately 4,500 seniors around the city. So please give yourself a hand of applause. But you know what? We're more than just a meal delivery service for seniors. We provide a variety of services to the seniors in the city, including nutrition counseling, safety checks, where drivers or volunteers go in when they're delivering the meals and look around to see if there are any unsafe conditions in our clients' home that we can help them with. The other thing we do is a wellness check. If someone doesn't answer the door when we're there to deliver a meal, we circle back to make sure that that client is okay. How are they feeling? Is everything all right? If they're not answering the door, sending out some kind of response service to ensure that they have not fallen ill, are not in some kind of distress. And more importantly, our drivers and volunteers like you provide a friendly face to someone who might be isolated and living alone and has no human connection be outside of the four walls of their home. So that connection is really vital because we all thrive on human connection. And for folks who are here isolated, have lost the network of friends and family, the connection that Meals on Wheels provide is vitally important to make sure that they're not isolated, don't feel depressed, and don't feel alone. Now, the gift delivery that you are doing today is part of our overall effort of Meals on Wheels to end isolation and ensure that people can live their lives with dignity. I just want to say a few words about the event today. I'm sure others will give you some more details, but you're among the 250 volunteers today who are going to be delivering meals to about 800 of our clients in this neighborhood. This may be the only gift that the people you see today may be receiving. And think about it. Our clients live on around $1,000 a month or less. Just consider that, trying to live in San Francisco for $1,000 or less per month. So you can help make the holidays brighter for our clients and for the seniors in San Francisco by considering a gift. You can go on to the Meals on Wheels website, which is www.mowsf.org, holiday giving, and it will take you right to a donations page where you can click an amount and make your donation. Or I understand there is a dipping jar in here someplace, and you can dip your credit card in that jar. Oh, I see. It's back there. The jar is back there, so you can dip your credit card in that jar and make your donation there. And if you're wondering, well, how much should I give? Give whatever you feel is appropriate. But if you need some guidelines, the gifts today cost Meals on Wheels about $10 each. So if you want to consider a $10 donation for each visit that you make today, that's a good number. So if you have 7 people on your route, that would be $70. But whatever feels good to you, whatever you feel will help enhance someone else's life, please feel free to do so. Finally, a couple of reminders. Please make sure you return here. We need to collect the route information and any other confidential information about our clients that you may have received today. And finally, I just want to thank all of you again for your support and participation. Thanks very much.
All right, so before we get started with our fabulous speakers we have lined up, I want to just quickly do a thank you to each of our sponsors. First off, thank you to Meals on Wheels, our partner in this event, for being able to put on such an incredible event. So thank you, Kathy, in particular, for working with me on getting over 100 tech employees here this morning to volunteer. And the rest of the team. Okay, let's go down the list. Thank you, AdRoll. We got some AdRoll rollers in here? AdRoll, anybody? Okay, thanks for the money. Okay, thank you, Eat Club. Eat Club? Woo! They are providing your lunch today. If everyone got that cool custom link with the fabulous menu, that is courtesy of Eat Club. LinkedIn, do we have some LinkedIn folks today? Okay, woo, in the back. Are those sympathy woos? Are you actually from LinkedIn? All right, Okta, I know we got Okta. Is this like a contest? Waymo. Thanks, Waymo. Coming all the way up from the South Bay. They had to take a train, though. The cars aren't on the road yet. And then, of course, One Dome. I will bring Chris up real shortly to just tell you quickly about this space. But without further ado, I'm going to bring up Supervisor-elect Matt Haney. And he's going to say a few words.
All right. I'm actually looking forward to hearing more about this space, too. This is kind of an extraordinary thing. So how's everybody doing? Good? You excited? All right. So I haven't had that much coffee yet either. My name is Matt Haney. I am the supervisor-elect for the area that you're going to spend most of your morning in. That's south of Market, the Tenderloin, and all the way down to Mission Bay and Treasure Island. And I'm really just here to say thank you. For spending your morning doing this, for connecting with people, for doing it with the joy and the compassion that I know you're going to get out there this morning with. I also want to thank Meals on Wheels. Give them a round of applause as well for their extraordinary work. Thank you. When I was campaigning, I had the opportunity to knock on, I think, over 5,000 doors. And often I would go and knock on a door, and somebody from Meals on Wheels had already been there. And I did it one round, and you all do it all the time. So thank you for bringing the joy that you do to this community. I just really want to say, one quick thing. This is an area here that has a lot of challenges. How many of you work or live in this area around here, in Mid-Market or Tenderloin? So it's not a surprise to you when I tell you that we are a city that has a tremendous challenge with homelessness. We're a city that has tremendous challenges with economic inequality. There was a study that was done that showed that San Francisco, if we were a nation, would be one of the most unequal places in the world. And you are going to be out there on the front lines of that today, seeing what it's like to live in this city, as expensive as it is, because I know you know how expensive it is, with very little money and often a lack of connection to the community. So what I would say is that we are lucky in our city to have the tools to address these challenges. One is that we have all of you and the companies that you work for. You all are solving huge problems every single day. You are changing the world. And I'm hopeful, as the new supervisor of this district, that we can work together to solve some of the problems that we have here on our front doors. And a huge piece of that is going to be how we bridge the divide in our city, how we get to know each other better, how we build connections across difference. It's not going to help to say it's anybody's fault. I know some of you have heard, they say it's tech's fault or whatever, and you're like, I just moved here. How could it possibly be my fault? And it's not your fault. It's all of our responsibility. It's not going to be helpful to talk about whose fault it is. It's about talking about whose responsibility it is. And all of you, I know, care deeply about the people in this city and want to see us do better. And the first huge step, and I know this isn't the first step for most of you, but is to bring some compassion and some joy and some connection when you're out there today. So on behalf of this community, which I'll be representing beginning in January, I just want to say thank you. I hope that we can work together. Come and visit me in my office in District 6. Reach out to me. Bring your companies in and say, we want to do something more in the community, and I'll be there to partner with you. So thank you to SF.citi as well for their leadership. Please give them a round of applause as well for bringing us all together. And to all the companies and to One Dome, I'm looking forward to hearing what is going on in here because it looks awesome. And I'll be out there with you today delivering gifts as well. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Got a great package deal today because we now have Assemblymember David Chu, who's going to come up and say a few words.
Good morning. Happy holidays. All right, need a little more energy than that. Everyone turn to someone you don't know and say, happy holidays, you're the best. All right, that's more like it. That's good. All right, I'm David Chu. I'm honored to be your representative in Sacramento. I used to work on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors that Matt has just been elected to, and I'm also here really to say thank you. Some 20 years ago, I helped to start a tech company that I ran for 10 years, and one of the complaints that we always had about the tech community was that folks were so busy trying to build the next big thing that people weren't focused on the community around us. And I just want to take a moment and thank Jen and Alex Turk and all the folks at SF.citi who recognized in 2012 that we need to change the culture of getting engaged, the culture of the innovation economy, saying we are neighbors, we care about everyone who lives in our community. So thank you to SF.citi. I also want to take a moment and say a few words about Meals on Wheels. So all of us, and I will say this, I will hazard a guess, none of us go to bed at night hungry. And the fact of the matter is, in addition to a housing crisis and a homelessness crisis, we have an incredible hunger crisis in the state of California, the 5th largest economy in the world, where 1 out of 8 Californians go to bed hungry. 1 out of 6 kids go to bed hungry. And that's what Meals on Wheels is about. Let me also say, in case any of you wonder about what we are doing today, How many of you know what Donald Trump suggested about Meals on Wheels this past year? A few of you guys do. Donald Trump and his administration a year and a half ago suggested that federal funding ought to be cut to this organization. Crazy. So I'll just make a slightly overt political plug because a nonprofit can't say that. But by being here today supporting this organization, we're not only taking a stance on folks who are hungry in our community, but we're saying that unlike certain so-called leaders who live in certain White Houses, we actually care about folks, and we care about folks who are hungry. So I just want to say thank you for being part of the San Francisco community. I want to say thank you for really reflecting the generosity, not just of St. Francis, but of St. Nicholas, and I look forward to seeing all you guys wearing Santa Claus beards in a few minutes. Just kidding. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful morning.
All right. I'm looking for Max. Where'd you go? Oh, there we go. Other side. And our last speaker, we have the wonderful Max Levchin, the CEO of Affirm.
I'll keep it brief, but first of all, thank you. The thank yous keep flowing. Thank you, Meals on Wheels. Thank you, everyone who showed up this morning. You have lots of other things to do, solving big problems or small problems of your own. This is really important. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Max Levchin. I've been the Bay Area resident, just like everyone else, or almost everyone else. I wasn't born in San Francisco, but I've lived here more than half my life at this point. I call this place home for a reason. I see every day that where a lot of us live, everything is hunky-dory, and where we had to walk through or step over, frankly, when we got here, it's not good at all. Inequality, poverty, homelessness, all these things are very real, and what we're doing here today matters. It moves the needle. The reason it moves the needle is because it fundamentally connects those of us who are comfortable in the company-issued Patagonia fleeces to those that are on the street suffering, and creates that the human connection goes the other way too. The way you decide to contribute, the way you decide to stay involved and stay engaged is by seeing what it's like to be poor and what it's like to actually suffer, as opposed to read about it in the newspaper or hear about it on Twitter. So I think what we're doing is as important at the sort of tactical level of bringing somebody a little bit of joy for the holidays, but it's also critical as far as the stories you'll tell to your friends and to your families and when you go back to your offices and your homes. So thank you very much. I really hope everyone enjoys this. Happy holidays, and let's get to the actual work.
Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. And Chris, you want to join me up here as well? This is Chris's house. Pretty cool house. It's like the Burning Man version of Disney World, I heard earlier today. So really quickly, if everyone can scooch in, we are going to be doing a group photo in the back. So let's everyone come right up to the stage.
And what, turn around, or you want the back of our heads?
So we're all going to turn around to face the wonderful Daniel over there.